Hey there, guys. How are you? Welcome to a very late night edition of a new live stream where we can just hang out and talk. And with all that said, this is it. Don't get scared now because it's my birthday. Happy birthday to me. And depending on which time zone you live in, on the East Coast, it's my birthday for about another 6 minutes. So it's sort of always bittersweet. You know, after 30, every birthday that you have is just like one step further into insanity and sadness, but slowly but surely. But I do enjoy the journey nevertheless, because it's never about the destination in life. No. It's always about the journey. Just remember that, okay? So how are you guys doing? Thank you guys so much for just coming to hang out with me. It's late. And if you guys want to in the chat, let me know where you guys are watching from, which state, city, maybe include your social security number and your debit card number. That would be nice. But yeah, we have a brand new member here. We have, God, I cannot read the font. What is this? DJ Crack Mix just became a member of Don't Get Scared. Well, thanks, man. Thanks for joining. We have a super chat here from Bakatir. John and Semelu of Shang-Chi have the same birthday. Happy birthday to you both. Really hope it was a good one. Cheers. Well, yeah, it was a pretty decent one. I technically celebrated it yesterday. Yeah, it was good. You know, birthdays. Hang on, let me Okay, just double checking the audio. Yeah, it was a good birthday. You know, me and Amber, we got some food. She gave me a gift card to Micro Center, which is a really nerdy version of Best Buy. I really love it. It's a truly magical, mystical place to go hang out or buy parts for your PC or gaming controllers or whatever. But the reason I'm doing this so late is I played Call of Duty Warzone today for about 9 hours with some friends. I'm addicted to the game. But I am happy to say we got 3 wins. I'm happy with that. That felt good. I only screamed and blew about 5 blood vessels in my brain, but nevertheless, I'm here now. George, do you have a favorite birthday memory that's not movie related or even in general? For me, I saw Tag in theaters on my birthday. Laugh aloud. Oh, that's movie related. Favorite birthday memory, possibly movie related. I do remember on my birthday, I think I was 14 years old. All of my friends and we went to see Freddy Got Fingered, which I was a huge Tom Green fan at the time, but I still think Freddy Got Fingered it's a terrible movie, but not even that enjoyable to watch. I mean, the only great part is my son can eat a chicken sandwich. Daddy, would you like a sausage? Then we went to play laser tag, because when you're a teenager, laser tag is the shit. It's the ultimate. So yeah, I remember going to play laser tag. That was a pretty fun day. I do remember that. One time, I'll tell you another birthday memory. I think it was when I was turning 13. There was a huge hotel, and it was called the Dome. And inside of this large dome of this hotel was like a ginormous swimming pool, one of the biggest playgrounds you've ever seen, a whole bunch of other just arcade stuff. But what my mom, I have a very cool mom. She trusts me. I don't know if that was a good thing growing up, but nevertheless, she sort of trusted me. So she rented me and a few friends the hotel room for the night. And then she's like, you guys have fun, hang out in the hotel, go play in the Dome or whatever. So that night, we just caused chaos and anarchy in that hotel. And then as we're walking through the hallway, there's like a college party going on down the hallway. And some frat dude walks out. And he's like, hey, bros, you guys want to party with us? Keep in mind, I'm 13 years old. These people are like 18 to 21. I'm like, yeah, sure. So we go into this room. It's smoke covered, smells like weed. Everyone's drinking. They hand us a beer. Thank you for contributing to underage consumption of alcohol, sir. And then that was pretty cool. I don't remember what happened after that, but I just remember like it was a really fun night. So those are a few favorite birthday memories. Let's see. We have another member. Oh, no, that was the same member. You guys are killing it with the questions already. Thank you so much. I'm trying to catch up as quickly as I possibly can. Where are we at? Winners of the Prom Queen. Happy birthday, John. Can we get a moment of silence for the victims of Indianapolis? What happened in Indianapolis? Did something else happen today? I have not watched the news in a few days. What happened in Indianapolis, man? I don't know. I have no clue what happened. Another question from Winners After Prom Queen. Happy birthday, Johnny Boy. If you and Amber switched jobs for a day, who would do better at their job? I don't know. Probably. I don't know. I don't know if she could do this. I don't know. I'm sure she could, but I don't. On a channel that talks about movies, her movie knowledge is pretty limited to like Harry Potter. So I'm gonna lean towards what I do. I think I would do the better job of it. That was from 10 days ago. Your name here. Happy birthday, John. Favorite birthday memory? Like I said earlier, just being a stupid prepubescent teenager, destroying shit in a hotel late at night. That was pretty fun. Trying to think of another birthday memory, maybe. Trying to think of something a little bit more recent. They sort of all blend together when you get older. I honestly, I remember one birthday memory. It wasn't the best birthday memory. It was pretty sad and depressing, but I remember like 3 or 4 years ago. I actually specifically remember this. It was for my Ready Player One movie review. I stayed up all night because it was a sponsored video and I had a deadline to finish. So I stayed up all night making and editing that video, and I posted it, and I did not sleep for a day before making it. And then I ended up sleeping from the morning of my birthday all the way through my birthday, and woke up at like midnight on my birthday. And I just woke up in a dark apartment all by myself. A few people called me on my phone to wish me happy birthday, which was nice. But I remember just waking up all alone on my birthday. Like I didn't even celebrate it. I just slept through the entire thing. And then I remember waking up just feeling sort of like really lonely, and by my own choice. And then I remember getting in my car and driving to Walmart at like 1 o'clock in the morning on my birthday. And that was like the weirdest, saddest celebration I've ever had on my birthday. Sort of weird. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Let's get back to the questions before I cry. Guy from Kings Highway. I was once texting while biking and biked into a car mirror so hard that I started peeing blood. It stung, but only for a day, though. We've all been there, man. We've all been there. You don't live until you piss blood. That's my motto. Christopher Butcher. I'm headed to bed, but happy birthday, John. Hope it's the best one yet. Cheers. Well, thanks, Christopher, and sweet dreams, man. I hope you dream of me. Edward Nido or Nido. Happy birthday, John. I hope you enjoyed your day, man. Well, thanks, Edward, and thanks for the super chat, man. Too generous. Thank you so much, man. Jalen Martin, happy birthday, man. Well, happy birthday to me too. I was gonna say happy birthday to you, but it's probably not your birthday. But thanks for that, man. Max Neugenbauer. I didn't know your birthday and Stuckman's birthday were so close. Yeah, a lot of people are born in April. I think a lot of people were conceiving in late summer. So yeah, a lot of people, I know 58 people that have birthdays in April. So yeah, I even posted a birthday video for him on Twitter. Wish he could see it. Happy birthday, John. Well, thanks once again and thanks to everyone for joining me, hanging out here, and thank you for the birthday wishes. I will say this: I have a frozen ice cream cake in the freezer right now that's only half eaten, and I'm truly looking forward to enjoying it after this live stream. I'm just gonna scoop that shit up and eat it. I'm gonna savor it. Oh, I just want to stick my face in it. All right. I am Johnny Lawrence. That's a great name. Happy birthday, John. Now do an impression of me. Of Johnny Lawrence? Sweep the leg. Yes, sensei. Doesn't even say that, but I like to say he did. Taylor Goodwin. You're going to Mortal Kombat this week, in question mark. Am I going to Mortal Kombat? Well, by going to Mortal Kombat, you mean rolling out of bed in my underwear and plopping down in front of my TV and watching it on HBO Max? Yes, absolutely. I will be going to Mortal Kombat in my living room. But that's the best place to go to Mortal Kombat. I'm gonna explain to you why. Okay? Hear me out. I like the theater, but I just feel like watching that movie in my living room. And because sometimes when I watch Mortal Kombat, or at least the original 95 Mortal Kombat, when the techno theme song of that movie comes on, I start doing scissor kicks, uppercuts, and fatalities in my living room. That is the truth. If you watch the Johnny Cage Scorpion fight scene and you don't get amped up to kick some ass, and by kick some ass, I mean do some air punches and scissor kicks in your living room by yourself, then you're not watching it right. So, yeah, I'm going to watch Mortal Kombat on HBO Max immediately when it comes out. Which time of day does it come out? Does anyone know? Can someone let me know? Does it come out at like 3 o'clock in the morning or some stupid shit like that? I'm hoping it comes out at a normal time so I can just enjoy it. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Stephanie Myers. Happy birthday. Well, thanks, Stephanie. Alto Volati. You know I can't read. This is Mr. Beast. Happy birthday 10,000 times. Well, thanks, man. Thanks, Mr. Beast. Rob K. Happy birthday, John. James Franco was also born today. Favorite Franco movie? My name is James Franco. This is my impression of James Franco. Did you enjoy it? Favorite James Franco movie? Is it 128 Hours? I liked that, based on a true story. Where if your arm's stuck in a rock, what do? You just sort of jerk off and dehydrate yourself and hope for the best. But I actually really enjoy James Franco in Freaks and Geeks. I sort of related to his character in the TV series Freaks and Geeks a little bit. Greg Z, happy birthday, John. Do you have any thoughts on the 1995 movie Strange Days, written by James Cameron, directed by Catherine Bigelow, stars Angela Bassett and Ralph Fiennes? It's Ralph Fiennes, right? Yeah, I've seen it once, and I remember when I first discovered the movie, I was like, ooh, Catherine Bigelow, directing one of my favorite movies ever, Point Break. Went into it expecting a lot more, and I was sort of disappointed. It's a movie that sort of gets in its own way a little bit. There's some good ideas, but the concept was a high concept, and it's a very dated movie instantly. It just feels like a futuristic wannabe sci-fi movie that came out in 1995. And a lot of those movies that came out in the mid-90s that were supposed to be sort of futuristic just instantly were dated. Like, they have cars in the movies that look like they're a 1994 Buick, but they put like plastic hubcaps on the car to make it look futuristic, but it doesn't come across. The opening scene in Strange Days is pretty cool. It's like a one-take shot, but really, I don't remember a lot about it, but I did remember seeing it and not being too wowed by it. Taylor Goodwin. Have you watched Speed 2? Yes, I have watched Speed 2 with Willem Dafoe putting leeches on his body. Phenomenal junk. With the generic wannabe Keanu Reeves and Willem Dafoe, it's so bad it's funny in parts. Yeah, it's like they couldn't even get outside of, like, okay, they originally wanted Keanu Reeves, but when he said no, what did they do? They didn't try to rewrite the script to make it like, oh, let's try something different. No, they literally just casted a guy who looked like cheap Dollar Tree Wish Keanu Reeves, who did the exact same job as Keanu Reeves, and Sandra Bullock started dating a guy who looked just like her ex, who did the exact same job. She definitely has a type. Yeah, like, why didn't they... Just a stupid movie. Really, a really expensive, stupid movie, too. Ghost Whisperer of the Night. Hey, John, happy birthday. And my question is your thoughts on YouTube channels that make top 10 things you missed. Yeah, there's a lot of channels. Hey, guys, here's the 10 things you missed, about 5 things you never knew, about 5 things you should know, about 6 things you didn't know, about 7 things you don't give a shit about 6 things you should know, but you don't really care about, but here's 5 things. But here's the thumbnail. Here's the thumbnail of the video with a red circle around a guy's finger that doesn't factor in whatsoever to the video. Yes, it's definitely a genre of videos. I've done a few of them over the years. I'm surprised they still are as popular as they are. I don't typically watch videos like that. If I see a thumbnail, and the thumbnail goes around the most obscene thing in the background of an image, I'm just like, I'm not clicking that shit. So typically I don't watch a lot of them, but yeah, some people do them and they're very successful. Thomas Films. Happy birthday. Watching from Houston, Nolan or Fincher? That's a tough one. When it comes to the scope of things, Nolan definitely, I think, has the upper hand. But when it comes to an atmosphere, Fincher, man, look at films like Seven or The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. But Nolan has the Dark Knight trilogy, and that's one of my favorite of all time. So I'm going to lean slightly towards Nolan, but when it comes to like a mystery suspense film, Fincher all day. I think he can tell almost a better story, but the scope, Nolan really handles the scope well. Oh, hi, Mark. Ever see Hardball with Keanu? Yes, I have seen Hardball. Is Hardball the, that's the one where he's a baseball coach for interleague city of kids, right? And there's that really sad story where the little kid dies in like a gang shooting or something. That's what I vaguely remember about it. I think it's one of his better performances. The final scene where he talks about G-Baby winning the game is powerful. Yeah, G-Baby. That's some sad shit. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. I do remember that. Guy from King's Highway. Did we already answer this? Maybe not. Your birthday is the same as the Devil's Lettuce Day and Hitler's birthday. I'm hitting it a late night joint for you, man. Well, thanks. No. My birthday's April 19th. The two birthdays, the two dates you just referred to are 4/20. My birthday's actually on 4/19. So if you live in Central Time or Pacific Time, it's still technically my birthday. Jalen Martin. My birthday is June 8th. Well, happy early birthday to you, Jalen. Yeaman John. No news about Mad Max: The Wasteland. I don't know. I thought the next movie was a Furiosa movie. What is... I didn't hear anything about the new Mad Max movie. I just knew it was a Furiosa movie starring Anya Taylor-Joy, right? Which is like, why don't you get old man Mel Gibson back? I want to see a real Mad Max movie. Winners at the Prom Queen. Should I get an OLED LG or an LG projector? Well, tell me your budget. Tell me your space. Because if you get an LG projector, you want to get a 4K laser projector. But then if you get a projector, man, you got to get a good screen. You can't get a shitty screen. You got to get a really good screen. So, and then you got to have the space. So it just depends. If you don't have the space, I think a huge LG OLED TV will do just fine for you. The picture quality cannot be topped. But if you have the space and you want the true experience, go with the LG projector. If money is no option, go with the LG projector. Just JDD24. Happy birthday, John. Mine was actually yesterday. Well, happy late birthday to you, dude. I also have ice cream cake in the freezer. Anyway, great to see a stream from you, man. Well, yeah, it's great to be here. Yeah, I was going to do a stream a few days ago, but it was the weekend. It was my birthday, and it was just a little bit busy. And today, like I said earlier, I sort of started getting addicted to Warzone. And then 9 hours went by. I'm all sweaty, covered in grease, drinking like my 10th energy drink. And I was like, oh, shit, I got to do a live stream tonight. So, but yeah, man. Enjoy that late night ice cream cake. I know I will after this. TG Quick. What's up? What do you think about Andrew as SM? Andrew as SM. Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man? I didn't dislike him in the first Spider-Man movie. I thought it was an okay choice, but he just sort of got stuck in a few pretty forgettable Spider-Man movies. I definitely prefer Tom Holland because he actually looks like a teenage Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield, he sort of looked like a college kid at best, but definitely more of a Tom Holland Spider-Man. I just hope they make him feel like a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man at some point, rather than like the predecessor to the Iron Man suit or something. Guy from King's Highway. Sometimes when I squint really hard in the mirror, I can see you staring back at me, and that's when the fun begins. Absolutely, man. If you want to have never mind. Yeah, or sometimes if you close your eyes late at night and hug your silk pillow that you're laying beside, pretend I'm there with you. Don't make it weird. It's okay. Two men can hold each other, and that's okay. And I stand by that. The walking meme. Happy 21st birthday, bro. Well, thank you. Yes, about 13 years ago, but nevertheless, I like to tell myself. Yeah, I'm 34. I'm getting old as shit. Getting too old for this shit. I've been watching you since 2010. You're an idol to me and wish you the very best. Well, thank you, man. Well, I'll take it. I will be your idol. You and Chris are the best. Much love. Well, thanks for those kind words, dude. Much appreciated. Thank you for that. And here's to another 10 years. Actually, technically almost 11 at this point. Stephen Stainforth. Happy birthday, John. Just wanted to say Twitter is stupid, and so is Khan from Schmodown. The dude is a punchable face. You know, he just really likes his movie trivia. He tried, he studied, He dedicated his life to it, and he won. And you know what I say to that sweaty young man? Congratulations, sir. Now let's have an arm wrestling match. Winner takes all, loser takes the fall. For him, that was the best day of his life. For me, it was just a Tuesday. But yeah, man, I had fun doing the Schmodown. Some people take it a little too serious. I was just having fun with it, rolling with the punches. And Twitter, yeah, sometimes it's stupid, but sometimes it's cool. But thanks for the questions, man. And thanks for the super chat. Skateboarding versus movies. Glad to see you fight back on Twitter versus woke babies. Yeah, I guess we'll talk about that tweet. When I posted that, I didn't think twice about it. I didn't think it was political. I didn't think it was controversial. I didn't think it was racist. I didn't think it was sexist. I was just like, oh, finally, this boring fucking character named John Walker, who's a wannabe Captain America, who was never going to take over the shield as a real Captain America, finally had a character arc that was interesting. And I love villains. And the weird thing about Twitter is when I said I like John Walker, and I made the ironic comment, America thanks you for your service. Clearly, yes, he's a bad guy now, so they don't thank him for his service. But I was like, people are giving me shit about this, but do people know I really idolize Patrick Bateman, a man who's covered in blood chasing hookers down the hallway with a chainsaw naked? Now, if only they really knew that, then maybe we'd have an issue, but I don't know. And then someone said, when it came to that tweet, there were some people I didn't understand what they were upset about, and then other people I think they just missed the humor, the dry wit, and then some people genuinely thought he was the good guy. Like my brain, I have no comprehension skills. I didn't understand that he was a villain now. But what I was trying to get across is I like villains. The flawed character is always far more the interesting character. That's why we like the Joker. That's why we like Darth Vader. That's why we like Louis Bloom, Patrick Bateman. I don't know. I'm just one of those dudes when I watch Thanos win, I get excited. I'm like, ooh, that's interesting. And everyone who liked Thanos, I mean, we sort of support genocide. I mean, he destroyed half the universe. If you like Darth Vader, well, he's an accessory to genocide. So I guess you sort of support that as well. But, at the end of the day, we all have to relax and just rest assured it's all made up bullshit in a fictional universe and it's not reality. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Now let's move on. But thank you for the support nevertheless. I did not make that tweet to be political. I assure you, my brain did not even go there until the next day when I woke up and I was like, oh my God, what did I do? But then I sat there and I looked at it and I thought to myself, if this is the thing that gets me canceled, I feel like I can live with that because I've done a lot of weird shit in my life. So yeah, I can live with that. Musa Hamid, thanks for the super chat, Musa, but no question, man, but thanks. Roger, happy birthday, John. I got a job as a pizza delivery driver. What's the strangest and worst moment from working that job? Any advice? Yeah, so you're a pizza delivery driver. I did that for many years. One of the best jobs I ever had. Truly fun, especially if you're a little bit younger or it's like a part-time job or if you're going to school. That's the best job you can ever have, I assure you. So what you're going to want to do is get a pocket knife. Get a pocket knife, keep it in your pocket. Okay, you need a little bit of safety and security because you never know. I'll tell you one story. I went to a crackhead motel at like midnight, and I go up to the door, and there's a lady all cracked out, fidgeting all over the place, and this is just the shittiest motel you could ever go to. I mean, just pulling up, you get hepatitis. I knock on the door. The lady's like, come in, my baby's getting cold. There's no baby inside this room, but what there is there's a dude behind the door waiting for me to enter in. I'm like, no, fuck you, bye-bye. I'll take the pizza back with me. So yeah, that was one story. I think I almost got robbed. But there was a lot of great experiences being a pizza delivery driver. I mean, I remember one time I delivered to like this apartment with like all these college girls in it. And they're like, come in, pizza boy. And then I think one girl gave me her number or something. I think we texted or something, but this was back in like 2007. Yeah, a lot of weird memories. It was just always fun. My friend, my good pal, who is my best friend in life, he ended up getting a job at the same Pizza Hut where I worked at. So we were both delivery drivers. And I remember we just competed so hard with each other. Like we'd race back to the Pizza Hut going like 100 miles per hour to get the next delivery to see who beat who. It was just good times, man. My best advice, though, if you're a pizza delivery driver, try to avoid just taking one delivery at a time. Try to take 2 or 3 at a time. That way you can hit 2 on the way. Because if you just end up taking one delivery, or as we call them in the biz, singles, you don't do that well, and you spend a lot of time doing it. Badfinger. Thanks for the super chat. By the way, guys, I'm about 9 minutes behind on the questions. John, happy birthday. I recently rewatched your collaboration videos with Chris Duckman. Despite your differences, you two make an awesome duo. I was wondering how you two met. Do you think you'll make any more videos together soon? Hopefully one day we can do something, or maybe in the meantime we could do some kind of collab over Skype or something. I don't know. I'm not opposed to it. I know he was real finicky about getting the vaccine and his, that whole situation. How did we meet? I think we just watched each other's videos, commented on a few of them, and then we started talking, and then I eventually went to his house, and we went and seen a screening of some shitty movie together. I don't remember which movie it was, though. Maybe Battleship or something, or What to Expect When Expecting. But yeah, thanks for the comment, man. Our Carter Lovejoy. Thoughts on Mads Mikkelsen being casted in Indy 5? I'm really hoping James Mangold will give a great send-off to Indy, like he did the Wolverine, a great send-off in Logan, but I'm very skeptical. I have hope because it's James Mangold. I think he wouldn't come do the movie unless there was a good script and there was a good story. Mads Mikkelsen, this will probably be the 800th time he played a villain in a movie, so I expect nothing less. He's clearly probably going to be the villain. Has he ever been a good guy? I'm trying to think of a movie where he was a good guy. I don't know if I can. But I have hope for it. They just need to make that movie quick. I mean, Harrison Ford is not getting any younger, and they need to jump on that quick. I mean, I want to see an active Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones. Skateboarding versus movies. Could you pull off an open marriage? Probably not. I'm jealous. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do that, man. But all the respect to you if you can. Let's see. Nate Bakura. 10 years ago, I watched your vids while living with my parents. Now I have 2 kids. What the hell? Life's a dark comedy. Happy birthday, man. Rip Tiny Todd and family video. Well, yeah, rip indeed both of them. Tiny Todd, his spirit still remains somewhere. He's probably watching and listening in this room, but he will kill me in my sleep one day. And yeah, family video, man. It was like the last remaining little bit of my childhood that existed. Like that video rental store. I knew it was there. It comforted me. It made me feel better. And now they ripped that away from us. Damn it. And man, and hey, you got 2 kids now. Good on you. Thanks for sticking around for so many years. And stick around until they at least graduate college, please. Musa Hamid. Do you think comic book movies will die out eventually, just like how the Westerns did? Well, Westerns did die out at one point. I believe in the 80s, they sort of died out until the end point of the 80s. And then they made a resurgence. And for me, I mean, Westerns are still trickling around. You know, occasionally we get a good Western movie. We had 3:10 to Yuma. Quentin Tarantino sort of bringing back Western flicks in sort of that genre with Django Unchained and The Hateful Eight. So they're still here and there. There was a few other Western movies that were sort of recent. But, so I think they're always going to be there. Do I think comic book movies will die out anytime soon? Probably not. I mean, they make money. There's a lot of great stories you can tell with comic book movies. Yes, they do have the name property going into them, which is always a plus because Hollywood likes name recognition, but there's so many other characters and stories to tell, and there's a lot of shitty comic book movies that you can still reboot and make good versions out of them. So I think we got another at least decade of comic book movies. What I would like to see is a resurgence of like nice $10 to $20 million movies that are original come back. That's what I would like to see more of. Winners of the Prom Queen. Happy birthday, John. We all know your top 3 actors are Bale, Gyllenhaal, and Leo. What are your top 3 actresses? When it comes to upcoming actresses, Anya Taylor-Joy. I think, is one. Charlize Theron has always been one. And as far as another actress, let me think. God, I'm trying to think of somebody else. I'm trying to think of a movie that I really enjoy. Someone. I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna come back to my third favorite actress. Kate Blanchett was one of them. I typically like her performances. Let's go to the next one here. I am Johnny Lawrence. Thoughts on Shang-Chi trailer? I should be in it. I did not watch it yet. I know it was released today. I think I seen a few seconds of it somewhere on Twitter or something. I haven't sat down and watched the whole thing yet. Oh, yeah, I did. I saw the beginning of it. It definitely had the... At first, the first 5 seconds of that trailer, I thought it was a new Mortal Kombat trailer because the color grading and just the visual of the trailer looked exactly like Mortal Kombat. And then it started going into like a Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon sort of vibe. That's all I saw so far. I didn't watch the whole trailer just yet. Bastiel. I wish you a happy birthday, John. By the way, my parents are my 2 Tomcats also have their birthdays in April. And 2 Tomcats. You have Tomcats? What the fuck? Is a Tomcat a cat? I'm thinking of a Bobcat, aren't I? I'm like, he has Bobcats? Well, happy birthday to all of them, man. And thanks for the birthday wishes. Carter Lovejoy. Do an impression of Christopher Walken doing a bad YouTuber apology video. Happy birthday, man. Oh, God, Jesus. Okay, this will be the first and only Christopher Walken impression of this video. Please don't degrade me on my birthday. Let me have a little dignity. And thank you to all 286 of you guys watching right now. Thank you guys so much for joining me for a late night live stream. Pretend this video is in black and white, and I'm a YouTuber, and I'm staring at the camera trying to get an emotional response from you guys. You know, I'm sorry for that video I made. Here's my apology video. I'm going to say all the generic shit everybody else says. Hope you forgive me, but even though I monetize this video, I'm going to make more money off of it. My sincerest apologies. Now go say hi to your mother for me. That's all I got, man. That's all I got. Jayla Martin, thoughts on Dreamgirls? I did not see Dreamgirls. Daniel Green, John, have you ever seen the Paper Brigade? Paper Brigade. Why do I feel like I have? I feel like I've seen this movie from 1996. Have I seen this? What the fuck is this? Yes! Yes, I have seen the Paper Brigade. Yes! Holy shit, I forgot this existed. Don't they make a hideout? Yeah, they do. They make a hideout in a treehouse. Oh my God, I have seen this movie. Thank you for reminding me this existed. Oh my God. I have seen that. I remember renting that when I was a kid. Thank you for reminding me of that. I don't remember anything about it. I just remember them having like little suits and having a treehouse and a hideout. Yeah, I always remember thinking, I want friends like that. Benny, happy birthday. Schmodown was fun to watch. Damn wheel. Yeah, the Schmodown, I have not watched a lot of Schmodown matches in the last couple of years. But yeah, that wheel, man, that once you get one terrible topic on the wheel, like Indie Darlings, you're pretty much screwed. And I was like, I wish every question had a new spin, of the wheel. That would be nice. I like more of a variety. I did good the first round, but that wheel, I was like, I don't know shit about shit in this topic. So, and there was one question that I did know, but I rewatched it. I was like, I knew that. Why didn't I just say the answer? But anyway, it was fun, nevertheless. Ghost Whisperer of the Night. Hey, John. So I finally watched Shawshank Redemption just recently, and I gotta say, man, now that's a movie. And my name is Morgan Freeman. Shawshank Redemption's one of my favorite movies of all time. I mean, I think it's a near perfect movie. Like, you watch Shawshank Redemption, what is your complaint with that movie? What is your criticism? Like, what can you say negatively about that movie? I think it's near perfect. So absolutely, yeah, I love it, man. Taylor Goodwin. Yeah, I just randomly watched it on HBO. Some of William Dafoe's facial expressions made it worth the while. Yeah, Speed 2. Yeah, it's Willem Dafoe definitely hams it up in that movie. Great villain, terrible movie. DJ Crack Mix 117. What's a better movie, Spider-Man or Iron Man? The first Spider-Man was so pivotal. It was such a big deal. I would say the first Iron Man probably aged better. But man, that first Spider-Man movie really like interjected life into the whole comic book genre. Rob K says, nice, laugh out loud. Chris, who's a YouTube member, says, hey. And if you guys are YouTube members, feel free to dive into the chat over here. I'll start reading your questions as quickly as I can. Power Within and some looks like Chinese text or something. Happy birthday, John. What do you think of Alfred Molina confirming his return as Dr. Octopus in the upcoming Spider-Man? Yeah, dude, definitely the Spider-Verse is alive and well. It's definitely happening. I think they're throwing everything they can into it. How much of a role he has in the movie, who knows? But yeah, I'm excited for it. It definitely feels like the ultimate Spider-Man movie ever made, and I can't wait to check it out. Just JD24 says Spider-Man for me. Yeah, I definitely think that the original Spider-Man is definitely the bigger has the bigger scope of the two movies compared to Iron Man. And definitely I love this. I love that final fight scene in Spider-Man, their first one, where he's the Goblin and the Hanger kills him. Don't tell Harry. I love it. Winners of the Prom Queen. Happy birthday, John. How many stars would you give Falcon training montage? I did not. Was that in the new episode? The Falcon training montage? I did not see the new episode of it yet, so I'll have to watch it. If there was a training montage sequence and it had 80s music, then I'm probably going to love it. Louder Films. Happy birthday, John. I hope you had a great birthday. Well, thanks for that. I was wondering if you watched Dog Day Afternoon, one of my favorite movies of all time. I have seen it. I enjoy it. Not one of my favorite movies of all time. And definitely a very interesting twist in the movie. Like, you didn't see that coming, right? So yeah, it's good stuff. If you haven't seen Inside Man's sort of similar to Dog Day Afternoon. They even reference Dog Day Afternoon in Inside Man. National Coaster News. Thanks for the super chat. No question. Dakota, Minnesota. Do you know why Campea is disliked by movie fans? I mean, I don't know. Sometimes maybe the way he comes across a little bit, and I'm not saying he is, but sometimes you can kind of come across like a know-it-all, a little bit arrogant, maybe. I don't know. But everyone's disliked by a certain demographic of, people on the internet, and he definitely has his fans. I mean, so yeah, I mean, he definitely has said some interesting things in the past. I will say that his Transformers 2 review was truly interesting. Narge the True. I'm about to graduate university and I have no desire to use my degree. Let's start a podcast together so I don't live life sad, laughing my ass off. I'm serious, please. He. I would say right now, man, you got your whole life ahead of you. You have that degree to fall back on. Do what you want to do. And if it doesn't work out for the next 5 years, go utilize that degree. I'm not sure what you got it in, but why did you waste your time getting a degree that you don't want to utilize? So yeah, man, you got to think outside the box. As far as doing a podcast together, no promises on that. Right now, I just do my small podcast for YouTube members and Patreon supporters, which, by the way, we put a brand new podcast episode out last Wednesday. So go watch that. We talk about a whole bunch of good stuff. And we talk about the Twitter controversy for about 45 minutes. So you can hear some true rage in that podcast. Yemen John. Why Henry Cavill reshoot Justice League with a mustache? She already shot Zack Snyder's Justice League and and it's totally avoidable. Yeah, some of the shit Joss Whedon put in there, man, I don't know why they did it, like, for the sake of doing it. Like, that whole opening scene that looked like a Snapchat video shot with little kids. Have you ever fought a rhino? Like, why did that exist? And then they had to make that shitty scene just to get rid of his mustache, which looked like he got stung by a bee in his face. I don't know why they did the things they did. I truly don't know why. I don't comprehend it. But that's the studio system for you. Jimmy Kerrigan. Hey, John. Just joined and haven't watched recently, so not sure if you addressed it, but have you heard of a plan on watching Invincible on Prime? Incredible. Invincible on Prime? I don't think I've seen Invincible on Prime yet. Why do I not know Invincible? Hang on. Oh, action fiction. Is this a series? Okay. Oh, it's an animation, season 1. Interesting. Okay, well, kind of cool. Maybe I'll check out the first episode, see what it's all about. I haven't seen it yet. Roger, thanks for the pizza delivery driver advice. Have a great stream. Well, thanks, Roger, and good luck with your new occupation, man. It's good stuff. Hayden Cash. Hey, John. Happy birthday. Who are you most excited for in Mortal Kombat? Probably Scorpion. I'd like to see. I'm hoping. I'm sure Reptile comes in there somewhere. So, but more or less Scorpion. I want to see that. Winners at the Prom Queen. Would you ever go on Shark Tank? Which shark would you like to do a deal with? Mark Cuban seems like the most down-to-earth dude, and also he's the richest guy on the panel. I don't think I really have a Shark Tank idea or business to go on there with, but yes, I'd like to do business with Mark Cuban. I love Shark Tank. I watch that shit all the time. Jimmy Kerrigan. Dogecoin to the moon. My motto is, if you want to win the lottery, you have to make the money to buy Dogecoin. Yeah, I'm so mad I did not buy Dogecoin before it went up to extreme prices. It's just crazy. We live in a crazy time where, like, nothing can make you money. And I should have got in on it. So stupid. Darian Taylor. Happy birthday, or happy born day, Johnny. Flickster. Been watching for 7 years now. I'm 20 now. Feels like a quarter life crisis for me. Nobody is a great movie. I wasn't a huge fan of Nobody, though I do like, I think I love Bob Odenkirk. I've been rewatching the entire series of Better Call Saul. Truly phenomenal, so underrated. If you've never seen it, please go watch it now. Nobody I thought was okay, had some good ideas, but I thought it kind of just got lost. And it felt like they were really like stretching to make like a 90 or hour and 45 minute movie or whatever. It just sort of felt like we've seen this already kind of movie. But yeah, man. And thanks for sticking around for 7 years, man. Blake Bridges. Happy birthday, John. Hope it was a good one. Well, thanks for that, Blake. And it was a pretty good birthday. Can't complain. Musa Hamid, were you the first person that Chris told his Jehovah's Witness story to? I don't know if I was the first. I mean, he told me, he's told me stuff. I mean, I've sort of known some of that since like 2012. So I don't know if I was the first person, but I mean, I've known it for a while. Yeah. Do you think Peter Jackson's King Kong should have been the MonsterVerse atmosphere? I love Peter Jackson's King Kong. Now, what I usually do when I watch it now is I skip over the first 45 minutes of bullshit, and then once they're finally on the boat getting to Skull Island, it becomes a really good movie. So I've really enjoyed it. Just the making of that, like the process of getting that movie made over the years, because that movie went to a few different studios before it ended up at Universal. Is pretty interesting, but yeah, I enjoy it. I like the T-Rex Kong fight scene. It was beauty that killed the beast. I don't like that line, though. Austin Rash, what is a Marvel villain you would like to be brought into the MCU, and who would they fight? Also, happy birthday. Well, thanks, man. A Marvel villain I would like to see. God, I'm trying to think of a Marvel villain I would like to see. I mean, Galactus is a really hard villain to pull off. I mean, the last time we really saw him, he was a giant storm cloud. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to see, leading up to Galactus, I would like to see Silver Surfer brought back into the MCU. I would like to actually see him come back. I mean, I know he's not a villain, but I would like to see that character be brought back. Oh, you know who I would like to see? Okay, since they own X-Men now, and they can actually do X-Men properly at this point, I would like to see Apocalypse done properly. That's who I would like to see. Watchtower Studios. How old must a movie be to be a classic to you? I think 20 years. 20 years makes a classic in my opinion. I might budge a little bit on 10 or 15 years though, depending. I think 10 years. If a decade goes by and the movie still holds up, I think you can call it a classic. Duck Dodgers 24th and a half century. Who is a better duck, Donald or Daffy? Choose wisely. I'm going to go Donald. I like Donald Duck. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go Donald on that. Mike Witherspoon. Happy birthday, Sexy Beast. Well, thank you for that. Why is HBO Max app so glitchy? I don't know. My HBO Max app works pretty good, so I don't know. What are you watching it on? I use a Roku and a Fire Stick for mine, so, which is stupid because LG. I have an LG TV that has all the apps built in, but you get HBO Max. So it's stupid. Claudia Rogajan. Just watch Mortal Kombat 1995. Jay from Red Letter Media said it best. It's some of those movies you pretend to still like. I find it really fun still. No, I disagree with everything that I don't pretend to still like it. I still truly enjoy it. I think it's the perfect guilty pleasure rainy day movie. The pace keeps going. It's fun. It's stupid. There's some dumb stuff in that movie, but overall, I mean, here's the thing. If you were a fan of the Mortal Kombat video game, you'd probably like Mortal Kombat the movie. Like, you wouldn't think it's the best movie ever, but you'd be like, okay, I was entertained by that. So I think it does what it needs to do. And plus, keep in mind, it came out in 1995. Like, so I don't pretend to like it. I still do. Tyson Sherborne, happy birthday. Well, thanks, Tyson. Also, my birthday was the 14th. Well, happy late birthday. Sorry it's been a while, and I was wondering what you thought of Ben Affleck, directed Gone Baby Gone, underrated, and happy birthday again. Gone Baby Gone's okay, but when it comes to Affleck directing movies, I definitely prefer The Town. Hey, I'm leaving this whole town in my review, man. I like to pretend my mother went to Tangerine, Florida. That's where my grandma lives. So that's my favorite Ben Affleck movie. Jack Lame, favorite Walking Dead character? You gotta go with Daryl. You gotta go with Daryl. My favorite arc, though, in The Walking Dead was probably Carol. She went from a character I did not give a shit about, and then she sort of became a badass chick, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I'll tell you my least favorite character was the governor. I fucking hated the governor. Just such a terrible character. Just boring, and I was just like, I don't want to see you doing things. I hate you. What is this? Mob Cult. I'm keyframing a 20-second clip, and I bet I won't finish until this video is over. Happy birthday. Here is the gift of life and the art of cinema. Well, thank you for that, man, and good luck with keyframing that clip. I hope it turns out well. How good are you at keyframing things? Let me know. I could use your services possibly one day. Claudia Rogajon. I forgot to say happy birthday. It's okay, man. Well, thank you for that, though. Been watching you since the Batman and Robin Hilariosity video. You're so funny in it. Also, I'm almost 20. It's scary. Your best years are ahead of you, I assure you. Your early 20s are so fun. You get to experience so many things, and it's over before you know it. So, and yeah, you'll enjoy 21. Thomas Films. Thoughts on film school, thinking of majoring in it. Film school. I would say it's a good place to make connections. It looks good on a resume. If you have true talent, I would say just get out there with a camera and start doing your best to make short films, whatever, just to get your name out there, get some experience, hook up with some other guys who are looking to do the same thing, collaborate with them. But really, when it comes to filmmaking, it's sort of like who you know and making connections. But yeah, if you can make those connections in film school and you don't know what else to do, definitely go for it. Don't, but as some great directors have said, it's not necessary, Jimmy Kerrigan. If you do watch Invincible, most refreshing superhero show I've seen in a while, try to avoid spoilers. Not easy, I know. And save time for episode 2 right after. I'll wait for my shout out when you review. Well, all right, Jimmy. I will get around to watching it. No promises on anytime soon because I have like 50 other shows I need to watch, but I will put it on the to-do list. Mike Witherspoon. Favorite Metallica episode, or I'm going to go with album. Mine's Kill 'Em All and Ride the Lightning. Probably Master of Puppets. I'd probably say Master Puppets from, what is that, 80? Is that 86 or 87? Late 80s. Master Puppets overall. That's the first CD I ever got. I remember getting that CD when I was like a kid. And I didn't know anything about music really. And I just remember randomly getting that CD and listening to like Master Puppets and the entire album. And I was like, oh my God, what is this band? And ever since that, Metallica was my favorite. But yeah, when it comes to some other Metallica songs, I love Sanitarium. I love One. I love God. Fade to Black's pretty good. Whiskey in a Bottle is kind of one of my favorites. Yeah, no one can top Metallica, man. Winners at the Prom Queen. Did you know that Morgan Freeman said that Shawshank bombed at theaters because of the poor title? So there's one flaw. Yeah, well, Shawshank also sort of got snubbed that year because it came out the same year as like Pulp Fiction and Forrest Gump. So, yeah, but what else would you call Shawshank? What other title would you call it? I don't know. Taylor Goodwin. One of your old videos popped up the other night, and you were talking about the things you'd pay to do to the chick from Tron. Oh, Jesus. Well, at least I was being honest. God. But it's okay. She's not a real person. She's a program in a digital universe, okay? So you guys can't come after me for that. She's just software. Jalen Martin, thoughts on 2009 Watchmen? Visually love it. I remember watching that movie and thinking, wow, if they ever make a more fantastical version of a Batman, Zack Snyder could do a really good job. I like a lot of ideas of Watchmen. There's like 20% of the movie I don't like, but then the rest of it I do like. I love Rorschach in Watchmen. Phenomenal character. Oh, okay. Christian Corbett. Do you like Andrei Tarkovsky? Andrei Tarkovsky? Who's that? I don't know who that is off the top of my head. I'm sure I do. I can't. Somebody let me know who that is in the comments, please. God, that sounds so familiar. I don't know. Somebody remind me who that is. Thomas Giovino. Happy late birthday, John. Which mafia movie do you prefer, The Godfather or Goodfellas? Probably Goodfellas. I know that might be the unpopular opinion, but Godfather is a good movie to watch. But I'd definitely rather rewatch Goodfellas. And I actually prefer Casino, to be honest. I think when it comes to like a mob movie, it's more my preference. Noah Neal. John, ever drink alternative milks? Oat, almond, etc. Yeah, I used to drink almond milk quite often. It doesn't taste as good as normal milk, but it definitely feels a bit healthier and makes you feel less bloated when you drink it. Usually when it came to milk or almond milk, I'd only use it in cereal or when I made like a protein shake or something. But yeah, definitely not a huge... I never buy milk, ever. I never buy normal milk. The only milk I typically give into is like chocolate milk when I get like a breakfast sandwich. But milk, man, when you really start looking into milk, it's kind of gross. Like there's just like bloody pus that they allow to go in there, like a certain percentage of like bloody pus cow shit that goes in there. So I don't know. Okay, the next one. Watchtower Studios. Can you do a Rick Grimes impression saying Carl or saying Carol? I'm gonna say. Can I say Carl instead of Carol? Carl, we gotta go. Your mom's dead. Shane banged her. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Austin Rash. Why doesn't anyone talk about The Walking Dead anymore? I've always loved it. I did a video talking about the top 10 reasons you should watch the Walking Dead extended season. I just made a video a month ago. It was a sponsored video, but I made it. But yeah, I've been watching the older seasons. Some of the seasons I have not seen to catch up on it. I occasionally watch it. I definitely don't binge them, but I watch them late at night in bed. So I'm like still catching up. And don't get me wrong, there's some seasons that really suck, but some of the seasons have a few good episodes. But I've been trying my best to get caught up. Tyson Sherborne, do you want the Snyderverse and Army of the Dead? I'm looking forward to Army of the Dead. Do I want the Snyderverse? Well, Zack Snyder did sort of give his ideas on where the new Justice League movies would go. And though I some of them I like, but I'm not that wowed by them, to be honest with you. So if they want to go a different direction, I'm fine with that. At this point, I don't. It's so messy. I don't know. I'm just like, take one movie at a time. You know, like, let's see the next Flash movie. Let's see how good that is. Let's see the next Aquaman movie and see how good that is. So, I don't know. I wasn't that blown away by this Zack Snyder's upcoming movies for his upcoming Justice League movies. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I ruined milk for you guys, but almond milk is a great alternative. Beach Bum 0331. Did you ever watch Shot Caller with Sir Jamie Lannister? I did not watch it. I know everything about the movie. I know how he's like a normal guy who went to prison, had to join a gang and all this crazy shit. I did not ever get around to watching it. But it reminds me of another movie with Steven Dorff and Val Kilmer. And that was sort of like a very similar movie. I love prison movies. I have not seen that one yet. Daryl Harmsey. Happy birthday, John. What are your thoughts on Jake Paul versus Ben Askren fight? Also, what did you think of WrestleMania 37? What was the best match? In WrestleMania 37, my favorite match was probably the triple threat with Edge, Daniel Bryan, and Roman Reigns. Did I see the Jake Paul fight? Yeah, I saw like a clip of it, which it only lasted the one round. Clearly, the guy he picked to fight was out of shape. He got hit in the face and fell down because he was like, fuck it, I got paid already, it doesn't matter. And it was definitely, it was a little bit rigged, I would say. Because I've seen other fights of that guy who was a former UFC fighter. I've seen him get punched in the face 15 times, and he didn't quit. But you're telling me one punch by Jake Paul, he falls over dead? Get out of here, man. Where am I at? All right. Night King 01. I feel like Falcon and Winter Soldier gets dumber and dumber each episode. I liked the villain. Just make Zemo the villain. Thoughts on this? It's not one of my favorite series, and I was really looking forward to it. And as Zemo as the villain. Now, I said I like evil Captain America, and people went crazy. But yet everyone's sharing gifs of Zemo, who was a terrorist who killed the ruler of Wakanda, but now he's dancing and handing everyone snacks. So he's a cool guy. So I don't know. Zemo's probably going to turn at some point. He has to, but yeah, I'm not the hugest fan of the show. I think it's well made, but I didn't get as invested as I was hoping I would, but I have not seen the latest episode either. Mr. Jones, did you ever see Mean Guns? Mean Guns? Have I seen Mean Guns? I've seen Young Guns. What the hell? What's Mean Guns? Mean Guns came out in 1997. The leader of a crime group takes prison. Starring Ice-T. So definitely one of the straight to VHS movies. I don't think I've ever seen it, man. If I did, I don't recall it. Claudia Rogajon, what did John Campea say about Transformers 2? Just type in John Campea, Transformers 2. He said something that you probably shouldn't say about a couple characters, a couple of the stereotype characters that were the Autobots in the movie. But nevertheless, we don't need to dwell on the past. Epic Dub Time 23. Happy birthday, John. Have you watched Nomad Land? I have not watched it. I do want to see it. I've been wanting to see that movie. I just haven't seen it yet. I still need to watch Minari too. I need to do that this week. Cup of Joe Media. Happy birthday. Been watching you since high school days. Well, thanks, man. And it's been almost a decade since graduated college with a job. Time sure does fly. It does, man. It's going a little bit too quick, and I just want to slow down, look around before it passes me by. And that's why I'm glad I made YouTube videos all these years, because one day I'm going to look back on these videos and maybe if I have kids or whatever, I'm like, go watch those videos. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a nice glimpse into the past. But nevertheless, thanks for the question, man. Mark Wallace, happy birthday. Big kisses, daddy. Well, I'll take those kisses, my boy. Musa Hamid, I'd like to see a live-action Batman Beyond movie and a live-action Red Hood adaptation. Do you think Dylan O'Brien would be good as Terry in Batman? I don't know. I'm trying to think who to make a good... I could see a new Batman Beyond movie coming out in the future, and kind of being a parallel movie to the current Batman. What I would like to see is HBO Max get their shit together, make a Batman Beyond series, like a nice, juicy, big-budget Batman Beyond series on HBO Max. That would be phenomenal. And that could exist, and you could have the whole Batman movie universe going on with a Batman Beyond universe series. I think that would be amazing. That's what I would like to see. It just lends itself so perfectly to it. Daniel Coolio, or is it Coolo? Coolo? I like to call you Coolio. Hey, John, you missed my super chat. Daniel, damn it. Where is it at? I'm scrolling back, man. Keep in mind, I can only go so far back, and sometimes this thing does not update. Daniel, how many years ago did you leave this? I don't see it, Daniel. I'll search for it when I take a quick break. If someone can repeat what Daniel asked, Or Daniel, if you can type it into the normal chat right now. Oh, here it is. John, have you seen The Paper Brigade, right? I answered that. Daniel. Unless there was another one. Which I don't see. That's the only one I see, man. Type it in the chat right now, Daniel. I'll try to find it. But I did answer your earlier one. Wayward Winchester. Happy birthday, John. Please watch Earthlings and Dominion documentaries on YouTube. They're really eye-opening. All right, I will add it. The documentary sounds interesting. I'll look into that. I'm trying to think what I've been watching. Yeah, I got it. My mind just blinks out. Okay, let's go to the next one here. Farrah Lovely, hey, thanks for the super duper super chat. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, John. Sorry I almost missed the stream again. Hey, thank you for joining and thank you for the very generous super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Very much appreciated. And thanks everyone just for hanging out, man. And thanks for the birthday wishes. Brian TG23. Holy shit, Brian. Dude, come on, man. That's too generous, dude. Brian, I want to give you a hug, man. For your generous super chat, I'd almost give you a back massage with a little kiss on your cheek, and that's okay. Don't judge me. We can do that. Thanks for that, Brian. Thanks ever so much, man. Thank you for that. That was too kind of you, man. Thank you. Holy shit, Brian. God damn, dude. I almost need to send you a t-shirt or something for that. Thanks, Brian. Damn. Thank you. Thanks for that. Once again, guys, thanks just for watching. Holy shit, thanks. Wow. God damn, Brian. High five, and high five to you too, Farrah Lovely. All right. Take you guys to McDonald's. You can order off the dollar menu. OE Reviews. Happy birthday, John. Thoughts on Children of Men? I think the tone of Children of Men, the way it was made, the acting is perfect. It's a perfect glimpse into the future. And that's sort of where we're going, I feel like, one day, which is scary, but I love them. I could watch that movie right now. I have not watched it in a year or two. Nicholas Hewlett. Thanks for the super chat. No question. Frank Rambo. Will Forte isn't gay. He pounds something. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought Will Forte was gay. I listened to him on a podcast, and I swear I thought he was gay. I'm sorry. Like, I was mistaken. I overjudged, but I swear he was talking in a very stereotypical mannerism, and I thought he was gay. I don't know. And I Googled it, and someone said he was, so I was mistaken. Taylor Goodwin. What does it say about me that I think the cracked out version of Blake Lively from The Town is hot? Taylor, I know exactly what you mean. Dougie, come here. You know you want it, Dougie. We smoked it to the filter, didn't we? Yeah. I get it, man. I get it. I like it. A little flavor on there. But thanks. I'm with you. Foot rubs cost $150. I'll give you a foot rub for $9.99, dude. DJ Crack Mix says, how many times have you watched American Psycho? Probably 25 times. Daniel says, happy birthday. Who would you cast as Don and Michael Corleone, why can I not read, in Godfather Remake 2025? Probably Tom Hardy. I'll have Tom Hardy come back because Tom Hardy is essentially doing a, why did I just forget the actor's name? Why did I forget the actor's name? You guys know what I'm talking about. Tom Hardy's essentially already doing an impression of him in his acting style, it feels like. So yeah, I probably old Tom Hardy. I could see him doing it. I mean, let's just forget that the previous mob movie that he was in, what the fuck was that called? The Capone movie. Let's pretend that doesn't exist. Forbidden Fruit 73. Thoughts on Princess Bride? I like Princess Bride. I like Andre the Giant in the movie. It's good stuff. Yeah, Marlon Brando. Jesus. Yeah, that's who. Tom Hardy's acting style is sort of based off Marlon Brando. Just watch the way he acts. It's almost the same. Nicholas Hewlett. Hey, John. I just wanted to say happy birthday, and you and Chris caused me to pursue a degree in film. Thanks for being an inspiration. Well, thanks for that, man, and good luck on your journey into film, dude. Good luck to your journey, man. Well, thanks for that. It means a lot. Mike Witherspoon. I'm reading the American Psycho book now, and whoa, it's insanely gruesome, and it says some baffling things. Just read page 132, or the chapter titled Girls. Yeah, I've read some chapters of it as well. It's definitely a bit more gruesome than the movie, and it's phenomenal. If only they put some of that shit into the movie. Could you imagine? Could you imagine that? Connor Molloy. Happy birthday, John. Thoughts on Parks and Recreation? I like Amy Poehler. I like some of the episodes that actually takes place in Indiana, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I liked Parks and Recreation. It was never one of my favorite shows. I definitely prefer The Office, but good stuff. Robert Kopp. Or Brian TG23 left another super chat, 99 cents. Thanks, man. Brian, I'm hoping your earlier super chat wasn't meant to be 99 cents and you messed up. But either way, man, thanks nevertheless. Robert Kopp, happy birthday, buddy. Have you seen the Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy on Netflix? Autobots, roll out. I have not. But doesn't the epic movie trailer announcer guy who does the honest trailers, didn't he voice Cybertron? Wasn't he a voice in that? I swear he was. I actually had him on my show when I did a Screen Junkie show a couple years ago. Brian TG23 accidentally put the message in the normal chat. Nevertheless, Brian, thanks, man. Oh, you put the question in the normal chat, Brian? Let's see, Brian. Oh, Brian. Okay, just read it there. Accidentally. Brian, if you had a question, ask your question again, Brian. I'll try to find it on here. I don't see an earlier question than that. But if you have one, please ask it. No, it was correct. Laugh aloud. Okay, good, Brian. If it wasn't, I would go out of my way to try to refund you or something. Ghost Whisperer of the Night. Hey, John, who would you rather be, Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street or Joseph Gordon-Levitt in Don John? Well, I would probably go with both movies are sort of relatable to me and also an extension of my own personality. Like Wolf of Wall Street's definitely the most extreme version you would ever get from me, but Don John is also sort of like, there's a lot of relatable things, if you ask some of my close friends. So I'd definitely rather be Leo in Wolf of Wall Street because you can just have way more fun. Plus, Margot Robbie, come on. But would I do as much drugs as he does? Probably not. I would not do as much drugs. And I'll just leave it there. But Quaaludes do look fun, don't they? Forbidden Fruit 73. Escape from New York or The Warriors? Oh, damn you, dude. The Warriors always had more of a special place in my heart. I think it's just... I just always wanted to... The Warriors is the kind of movie that makes you want to join a gang. And I mean that in the best way possible. Like, I always wanted to join the Baseball Furies in Warriors. That always looked phenomenal. But they're both nighttime movies. The vibe, the scores of both movies are phenomenal. Escape from New York is one of my favorite John Carpenter movies of all times. Plus, the theme song to Escape from New York is like perfect to me. But I'm going to go with The Warriors. That was always tried and true and one of my favorite movies, even since I was a kid. Hooten Sheriffin. Happy birthday, John. What are your thoughts on Gattaca? I find it very underrated. It's a good movie. Sort of interesting about a guy who kind of sneaks into this job title. And I remember he puts the fake fingerprints on his fingers and does all this stuff, like replaces his urine or whatever. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I always remember it being like a really good movie. I remember watching it on HBO all the time in the 90s. It was always on. Frank Rambo. Happy birthday, Johnny 5. Well, thank you for calling me Johnny 5. Do you have Dogecoin? I do not have any Dogecoin. I did at one time I had like $10 in it, which it would have been worth, 50 times that had I kept it, but I don't have any currently. I had a lot of stocks a couple months ago and I needed the money, so I sold them all. Night King 01. Have you seen the 1974 Three Musketeers? I have not. Great comedy and slapstick is actually funny. Sad to say, that's not a thing anymore. You should watch it. Yeah, I have not seen it. I like the 1992 Musketeers movie, though. Was it 92 or 93? With Chris O'Donnell. 92 or 93. Either way, I almost died seeing that movie. Long story. I talked about that in a previous video. But yeah, I would like another good Musketeers movie. The last one was dog shit. Claudia Roguejohn. You know what actor's career took off and then went crashing down a couple of years later? Michael Fassbender, do you agree with me? Yeah, he was really hyped up, was in every movie, and now you don't see him in a lot of stuff, do you? I don't know why. Why isn't Michael Fassbender in more movies? That is interesting, though. And he always gives a good performance. Interesting, yeah. You're right. I'm sure he'll make a comeback. I don't think starring in Assassin's Creed did him any favors, though. A-Train 98. For what film did Anna Paquin win an Oscar? The fucking Piano. Dude, when I got that question about Anna Paquin, I was like, the only thing I could think of that I've seen her in is in X-Men, which she's the worst thing in those movies. So yeah, I was like, I did not know that. I could have guessed 1,000 times. I would not have guessed The Piano. I didn't see it, didn't watch it. That the name of that wasn't even in my brain. So I was screwed on that question. Hooten Sheriffin. I already answered that question, man. But once again, thanks for the very generous super chat, man, about Gattaca. I don't know what SEK currency is, but nevertheless, thank you. Yeah, A-Train reminding me of the Anna Paquin question. God. The other question I knew the answer to was she's out of my league. I knew the answer to that. For some reason, I just couldn't say it or write it down in time. I don't know why. Do you watch Dark Side of the Ring? Occasionally. I've seen some of the episodes. I do enjoy stuff like that. I enjoy anything about the backstory of the behind the scenes of wrestling. Are you supporting Zack Snyder for Justice League 2? I mean, I don't think it's happening, but I wouldn't mind. But I'm curious to see what the studio's idea is for a new Justice League movie and where they want to go with it. Three Musketeers or Mighty Ducks? Oh, man. Now, if you would have said Mighty Ducks 2, because I think that's my personal favorite, but I'm going to go with the Three Musketeers. But Mighty Ducks 2 is my personal favorite. I love everything about Mighty Ducks 2. That was always my favorite as a kid. Apples or bananas? It really depends on the type of apple. There's a lot of good apples and a lot of not so good apple types, but a banana, you got to eat. The thing about a banana is you have to eat it at the right time. It can't be too ripe because it tastes too sugary, but it can't be. I love an apple. Shit. I'm going to go with a banana. Banana to me is more God damn it. I like my potassium. I'm gonna go with a banana. Are you still with Amber? Yes, I am. John, where's your Tenet review? It lives in the hearts of all of you. That's where it's. I ended up talking about the movie extensively in every live stream for about 3 months after the movie came out, and I was like, there's my review. I have not rewatched it since theaters, though. I will tell you that. Night King 01. Well, in 1974, Three Musketeers and the sequel, The Four Musketeers, was legitimately great. Somehow more accurate to the book than the 1993 serious one. Yeah, well, I don't consider the 1993 movie that serious either. So I don't know. D'Artagnan. Batman and Robin or Birds of Prey. Batman and Robin. Birds of Prey was garbage, man. There's no entertainment value of that movie. How do you make Ewan McGregor look like a bad actor? Claudia Rogajan. Watch the 1974 Three Musketeers movie. I think it's on Amazon Prime. Can you give us a rant on the most recent one by Paul W.S. Anderson? What the fuck was that? Dude, I don't know what the fuck that was, like some kind of weird, bizarre, futuristic, erotic Matrix Three Musketeers movie. Where starred what's his face? The actor who was in the young adult novel movie, Percy Jackson. Logan Lerman, is that his name? I don't remember. Yeah, I watched like 25 minutes of it and I was like, I can't watch this garbage junk. The next one, is it Dejan Patterson Powers? 5 favorite superheroes. Do you like the dark and edgy Superman? You mean what dark and edgy Superman are you referring to? Are you talking about dark and edgy Superman from Man of Steel? If so, yes, I do. Favorite superheroes? I would go with like Wolverine, Magneto. I'll go with Captain America. Iron Man's not really a superhero, is he? I don't know. I'd go with Hulk as well. And then I think I just named 5. I'll go with 5. Magneto's not really a superhero. He's more of an anti-villain hero, but I still consider him a hero in my heart. John, are you excited for Mortal Kombat Friday? Apps of fatality-lutely. Claudia Rogajan. We already answered that. Logan Lerman. Yeah, okay. Did I say that right? Okay. Heavyweights or Camp Nowhere? What is this, a deli meat? I do remember seeing Camp Nowhere in theaters, though, and really enjoying it. I just love movies where you as a kid, you're like, I'd give anything to go to Camp Nowhere. It's just like the pinnacle of like a mid-90s movie. But Heavyweights, I think, is the better movie. It's just made better, and also just the go-kart scene at the end. So probably, I think Heavyweights is the superior film, but Camp Nowhere is also a great film, especially if you're a kid in the 90s. I remember actually having the choice. Me and my friend were going to go see a movie, and I wanted to see Little Rascals, and my friend's like, no, man, let's go see Camp Nowhere. I was like, okay, fine, and I really enjoyed it. And then they sort of remade another. It's on Netflix right now. It's called Accepted, starring Justin Long, and it's sort of like the same concept as Camp Nowhere, identical to it. Night King 01, surprised you made it 25 minutes into it, only lasted 3. Yeah, I think 25 minutes was an exaggeration. Maybe I just watched the trailer and I didn't even watch the movie. Because I don't remember anything about it. Claudia Rogajan played Mortal Kombat 11 today. Raged so hard. I'm not even sure which one that is. I have not played a Mortal Kombat game in so long. I just remember the one where Bo Raichu is in it, and you have to play, like, there's a campaign mode where you have to train. God, I remember. God, me and my friend played that so much. God, I don't remember the last Mortal Kombat game I played, to be honest. I loved them, though. I think the side-scrolling Mortal Kombats were always the best, though. Dejan Patterson Powers, favorite decade, 1980s, 1990s, 2000s, 2010s. I think overall, if you had to pick one decade for films, I think the 1990s gave you the most variety of the greatest films. Like the 80s had some great movies, don't get me wrong, but like you really have to stay like action tough guy movies or like John Hughes comedies. Like that's the two picks for the 80s. But if you go into the 90s, you sort of get a great mix of everything. You have like the superior action films, but with better acting and better storylines. Then you have the great classic award-winning films like Pulp Fiction, Forrest Gump, Shawshank Redemption. You had, just so I'd go with the 90s if I had to pick one decade. You guys are killing it with the questions here. Gosh. Cup of Joe Media. Which multiverse movie saga are you looking forward to the most? I'm looking forward to the new Spider-Verse movie. I think that gets me excited. That gets the nips hard. I'll tell you that right about now. I'm really looking forward to that because it sounds like they're throwing everything into it to make it the ultimate Spider-Man movie. So that would be my pick. Also, thoughts on the Lighthouse director Robert Eggers' next movie, The Northman. I'm looking forward to that. Really am. So I don't know much about it. Did I look into this? Was it about Vikings or am I making that up? Anyway, I'm looking forward to it. I don't know anything about it though. Michael Parton. Do you like Don Bluth movies? If so, what's your favorite? Mine has always been Land Before Time. Oh man. Littlefoot? Land Before Time? Yes. Yes, and Sarah the Triceratops? Fuck yeah, dude. Absolutely. And then they made like 15 Land Before Time movies. But yeah, that was always one of my favorite movies growing up. Pick the flick, John. No pick the flick today. I'm too tired for it, guys. Plus, I'm not wearing any pants right now. Cobb says, happy birthday. Well, thanks, Cobb. Bakatir says, is he wearing pants? No, I am not wearing any pants. You read my mind. All right, guys. I'm going to answer, like, if you guys have any questions, just get them in right now for, like, the next 60 seconds. And then I'm going to try to answer all of those questions. I will answer all of those questions. And then I'm going to call tonight because I'm going to go eat my ice cream cake down in the freezer because it sounded so good and I have not eaten since lunch. And I'm getting tired and I'm a little bit dehydrated. Well, I'm not that dehydrated. I can take a sip of this. All right, let's do it. Benny, what Stuckman vaccine controversy? Oh, no controversy. Stuckman really wanted to get vaccinated before he started hanging out with people for COVID. I'm just like, I don't give a shit anymore. I feel like I'm somehow immune to it. I don't know. Like, I'm just like, if I would have got it, I would have gotten it by now. But that was it. Yeah. Ghost Whisperer of the Night. How was Andy Dufresne able to escape his jail cell while the poster is still up? Because he left the top of it tacked into the wall and he lifted up the bottom of it. And then maybe it had some stickiness on the back of the poster where it came against the wall and stuck. But I mean, how lucky was he to have that corner jail cell for 20 years and never be moved? I don't know. Convenient, yes, but nevertheless. Claudia Rogajon, what decade would you pick based on your life? Which decade would I pick based on your life? That's sort of a broad question. I'm trying to comprehend it. If they made a movie based on my life, I think I would make a lot of sense in the 1980s, to be honest. Like sort of a Ferris Bueller type movie with a little Ferris Bueller meets Wolf of Wall Street. That would be my life in the 1980s. Erman Yabber. Happy birthday, John. I always fuck up your name. Erman. I'm sorry. Hope it's awesome. What is your favorite childhood movie memory? Always remember the little brown man from London, Ontario that loves you. I thank you, little brown man from Canada that loves me. Thank you so much for that, little brown man. And he said it, so I can say it too. Thanks, man. Thank you so much for that. Favorite childhood memory. I talked about a few earlier, But really just watching movies. My parents were divorced, so I'd hang out with my dad on the weekends, and that's what we did. We'd always go see a new movie. And my dad was, I didn't have delicate parents, so I saw a lot of rated R movies. I still remember seeing True Lies in the theater with Jamie Lee Curtis stripping on a pole as a little kid. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. So yeah, just those are a few memories I have. AJ Winslow. Hey, John. Happy birthday. Hope you're having a good one. Well, thanks for that. Here's a nice birthday tip for you, and keep up the great content. Well, thanks, AJ, man. Thank you so much for that. Thanks, man. Much appreciated. And once again, guys, I don't know if it's coming through enough, but thank you guys so much for just hanging out, asking questions, watching, and thanks for all the very generous super chats earlier. Much appreciated. I will put it to good use. I might buy some more memory for my computer because it's running out quicker than I thought it would. Michael Parton, what flavor is your ice cream cake? Good question. It's mostly vanilla, and it has like a little bit of a cake batter flavor to it. I think there's some chocolate mixed in there too. So I don't like a lot of chocolate cake. Like too much chocolate it gets gross to me, and too much vanilla gets gross. So I like a mix. I like to mix it up. Spice of life. Mob Cult. I'm awful at keyframing, John. 2 hours later, and it still looks like crap. Guess I gotta try and figure out mapping. Guess I'll die. Yeah, it'll be okay, man. If it's really tedious, oh, never mind. I've never really sat down and keyframed before. I can't imagine doing it. But good luck with it. There might be a technique you can Google or something that might make it a little bit easier for you. Claudia Rogajan, should have explained better. Which decade have you enjoyed the most based on your life so far? The 1990s or the I would say the 1990s definitely had the just the more memorable, visceral experience. Like, I just remember some of the 1990 movies like just blowing me away as a kid, and a lot of them still hold up today. I just think there were more classics, more memorable movies that came out in the 90s. Not to say the 2000s didn't have a shit ton of movies. Don't get me wrong. I mean, my favorite movie of all time is Nightcrawler, and that came out in 2014. So, but just the 90s, there's something about the 1990s movies that it just feels like they can't recreate today, and they still hold up. Night King 01. I will always have a special place in my heart for the 93 Musketeers movie, but the 74 film is actually good. Can we talk about the 2001 travesty one? I vaguely remember that 2001 Three Musketeers movie. And I remember the one scene, isn't there like a catwalk or a scaffolding that's falling over and he's jumping across them? Right, that's all I remember about that movie. I don't think I ever sat down and watched it. So I'm going to stick to the 93 movie starring Chris O'Donnell and Oliver Platt. Rich the Savior coming in. Oh, Rich. Jesus, man. It's too generous, guys. You guys are too generous. Thank you. I want to just... Once again, the most I can offer you guys is like a back rub. For some reason, that's what I want to give you. Anyway, John, I almost missed your live stream again. Well, Rich, nevertheless, you made it. Happy birthday, buddy. Hope you're bouncing back from the attempted cancellation. You're probably talked about it already, but I enjoyed the Shang-Chi trailer. I want a Jackie Chan cameo. I like a Jackie Chan cameo in every movie I watch. I didn't watch the full trailer. I did talk about it earlier. I said I thought it was the Mortal Kombat trailer because it looks identical to it in the first 5 seconds. So yeah, I need to watch the trailer tonight. But yeah, as far as my cancellation goes, yeah, it's fine. I mean, if that's what gets me canceled, so be it. I can live with it because I don't feel like I said anything I'm ashamed about. You know what I mean? So like, I think I'm okay with it. Having an opinion on a movie character nowadays or a TV show character, people don't know what else to get offended by. And people who get offended by those things, they like to play victim. And when you play victim, you can cry. And when you cry, you get your 3 minutes of attention on Twitter. And you get that slight feeling of accreditation. It's like, oh, I'm doing something, but not really. So yeah, but nevertheless, Rich, thank you so much for the super chat. Too generous, man. But thanks, man. Geez. Night King 01. It's a bunch of Ladders fight. Yeah, yeah, and okay, that's what he's fighting on ladders, and I remember them tipping over and jumping on each one. That's all I remember from that Musketeers movie. Claudia Rogajan wasn't talking about movies, just life in general. Well, I was only alive in the 80s for a couple of years. So once again, I think the 1990s growing up as a kid were I'm so glad I grew up in the 90s when I did. Not to set on my high horse or whatever, but like there's just something about like kids nowadays, like you have a phone, you have online video games, like back then you had to go to your friend's house, you had to ride your bike over there, and you had to do split screen, and there was something just more immersive about it. Like as a kid you had to use your imagination just a little bit more in the 90s. And I'm glad I grew up in that time period. It was such a transitional time period because as a kid, I had all this adventure, and people wanted to play hide and seek outside and do things. And then conveniently, when I became a teenager and a little bit older into adulthood, I got all those conveniences of internet and live streaming and all these other things that were really beneficial. And I'm glad they came at the time they did. It's like, thank God for fucking YouTube, or else what would I be doing right now? I don't know. So it all conveniently fell into place perfectly. And I for me, I don't think I could pick a better time period to grow up into. Now society's getting scary. I feel like we're getting past the point of no return. I wish we could go back to the way life was 5 years ago, because it felt like everyone could take a joke. Technology was good. Everything was going how it should have. Now we're getting into some weird, scary alternative universe, and I don't like it, and it's going into a weird direction. Claudia Rogajan, what are you getting canceled? On Twitter, I said I liked New Captain America, and people lost their minds because they thought I was supporting corrupt something in America. I don't know. I don't know, but that's what it was. People took it the wrong way. Night King 01, what's the controversy, or is it not? It's nonsense. I made a tweet saying I liked the new Captain America after he bashed someone's head in with a shield, which I really enjoyed the brutality of it because it was surprising in a Marvel series. I was like, ooh, they're going a good direction with this character. It's called an arc. They took a boring character and they made him evil, which makes it far more interesting. So people got upset that I liked that. I don't know. I don't know. Rich the Savior. Today, I had an hour-long conversation with someone about how they were clearly trying to portray John Walker as a good patriot turning into a villain. She is adamant that he has been not just unlikable, but hate-worthy from episode 1. I don't get it. The thing about that character, from the entire time he was introduced, he was always set up to fail. If you ever thought that he was ever going to work out as the new wannabe Captain America, you were mistaken from the get-go. I knew he was eventually going to turn to the dark side or be a completely flawed character. There was just no way. And as the old saying goes, that serum either makes a good man great or an okay man terrible. So he just couldn't quite handle the super soldier serum, and he lost his temper. And that was the difference between him and Captain America. That's what made Steve Rogers so great. But I like seeing villains. If you can't have Steve Rogers back as Captain America, give me John Walker being that shitty Captain America. That's interesting. Give me more of that. We already have two good guys. We have Bucky and Sam in there. They can be the good guys of the series. Now we have that flawed character in there. And that's sort of the wild card. That's what's great about it. I'd rather watch him being evil Captain America than wannabe Captain America. So, Blake Bridges. John, you skipped my super chat earlier. Thoughts on Snatch? Snatch is okay. Snatch is Guy Ritchie, right? It's okay. I've seen it once. I'm not a huge Guy Ritchie fan, honestly. More of a fan of Matthew Vaughn, who sort of makes similar movies, but Layer Cake I definitely prefer. Blake, was that your earlier question, or did I miss it? Because I will go back. I'm going to scroll down here, Blake. See if I can find it, buddy. If that wasn't your question, Blake, just type it into the normal chat, and I'll try to find it here. Jesus. I'm going... Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see an earlier question from you, Blake, unless I'm blind. All right. Your ice cream cake has milk. Yes, my ice cream cake does have milk, but I'm not just drinking liquid gallons of it down my throat. You know what I mean? Like, yes, they used milk to make it, and it got sparsed out, and it was cooked in there, and they probably, cooked out all the bloody cow pus that was in it. But just drinking milk to drink it, ugh. I used to like milk until I learned what it really was. Blake says, same question. Okay. Well, good. I'm glad I answered it, Blake. Thank you, man. Sorry I missed it. Mr. Juicebox says, happy birthday, John. Well, thanks, guys. Yeah, Ermin, police brutality. Yes, by saying you like the new Captain America, people thought I was supporting police brutality. But the thing is, it's a fictional character. There's a difference there. So I guess people can make the connection, the parallels. I get it. But in my brain, I just think this is the Marvel fictional universe of fucking make-believe. So let's live in make-believe land and not let the parallels of shitty reality come into this. I separate the two. And for me, if you start blurring the lines between fiction and reality and your brain stops telling the difference, even if there are similarities, that's not healthy. So one thing should be fiction for fun and the other thing should be reality. There's two different things. I don't know. So then again, I mean, Thanos, human genocide. That's cool and that's okay. I don't know. It's crazy to me. The hypocrisy of it all. Homelander or John Walker? Homelander. I like Homelander. He's just far more... Homelander is full sociopath. So he sort of has like a Patrick Bateman vibe. And I really enjoy that. So I'm going to go with Homelander just because personality-wise, I think he's far more interesting. Okay, guys. I'm just going to answer a few more questions. I know I said that earlier. But I am getting tired here. Claudia Rojan, is there actually something wrong with you because you always say that? If so, what is wrong with you? What do you mean? What do you mean? What's wrong with me? That I like sociopaths? I just think they're so interesting. They're just interesting characters. I like evil, villainous characters that aren't pure evil. I like flawed characters, to be honest with you, because flawed characters are the truest representation of society. Because no one's perfect. So I think they're more relatable. So yeah, I mean, there's probably a lot of things wrong with me. Mason Arnold asked a question. Where is it? Oh, hey bro, good news today. Mudvayne is reuniting after 12 years, and I have 2 job interviews tomorrow. Well, cool, man. Listen to some Dig and good luck on those job interviews. I have not listened to Mudvayne in such a long time, but the song Dig, I remember that was on my workout playlist, and that made me pump hard. I remember that. Claudia, I already answered that. Blake Bridges. John, you skipped... No, answered that. Answered that. Okay, good. Night King 01. The guy that he cleaved in half wasn't even bleeding. They cut to a wide shot and there was no blood. Shirt wasn't even ripped. Are we talking about Falcon Winter Soldier? What are we talking about? Falcon Winter Soldier? I just like that Marvel had the balls to put some blood on the shield, if that's what we're talking about. Jurassic Joey. John, happy birthday. Well, thanks, Joey. I just got home from a busy day, and I'm glad I saw the notification. Here's to many more years. Live long and prosper. Well, live long and prosper with you as well, man. Thank you. Thank you, Jurassic Joey. Rich the Savior. Hot take. I think John Walker is more sympathetic than Isaiah, the old school Black Cap, because we see Walker's story. Also, Streamlabs is so much better. I can donate direct and get a long question. Feels good, man. Yeah. If you guys are using Super Chat, please use Streamlabs instead. The link is down below in the description because YouTube does take a big juicy cut of those Super Chats because, Google, they need more fucking money, clearly. So yeah, if you want to use Streamlabs, preferably it's down below. If not, it's okay. Whatever's easier. Yeah, I would like... Now, I didn't watch the newest episode, like I said, but I would like... I thought the story of the black super soldier that they sort of just skimmed over, I thought that could have been a cool like flashback scene. Like maybe not in that episode, maybe in the next episode, like they could have had an opening to the the opening of the episode showing like a flashback of when he was a super soldier back in like the 1960s or 70s or whenever it was. And I thought maybe show him like in a 5-minute mission kicking some ass. I thought that would have been a really cool thing, and have it tie back into the storyline or something. Just a flashback to that, to watching him in action. I thought would be cool, but insert alias here, formerly known as Woodrow Wilson. Which historical period would you like to live in? You know, when you go too far back, when you go too far back in history, you think, oh, that'd be really cool. But then you got to really put yourself there. It's like, you don't have internet. You don't have air conditioning. You know, there's so many things you don't have. So going as far back, I'd go back to the 90s. I wouldn't want to go much further than that. Claudia Roguejohn. How does John Walker correlate to police brutality? He's not even a police officer, so I don't get the comparison at all. What the F is wrong with people? Yeah, because John Walker represents corrupt government, and then the flag smasher guy represented like protesters or something. That was the correlation there. I thought it was a reach, in my opinion, but nevertheless, I think that's where people took it. I mean, it's like, you know, I don't know anymore. Mike Mekik. Happy birthday, John. Been watching you for years. Well, thanks, Mike. Your content has always brought more cheer into my life. Well, thank you, Mike. Do you have any screenplays available? Screenplays? I've never written a screenplay. Never once. I've had ideas. I've written maybe an outline, but I've never written a screenplay. I never have. I think I have one in me, maybe. But I'm really indecisive as well. There's like 10 ideas I have for movies. I think some of them would translate well to like a short film. But I don't know. I've never written a screenplay. Night King 01. Yes, Falcon and Winter Soldier, so PG-13. I don't know. They put a little blood on the shield in one of the episodes. I thought that was pretty interesting. But yeah, it's not my favorite series by any means. Bucketeer says 34. Yes, indeed, I am 34. Star Wars or Star Trek? Star Wars all day, man. Come on. Star Wars all day. Though I would like a new... I think they announced that they're actually going to make another Star Trek film, so I'm looking forward to that. I do like Star Trek. I just think Star Wars is far more interesting. More of a fantastical vibe. Insert alias here, formerly known as Woodrow Wilson, the longest name ever. Happy birthday, John. Hope you can eat some overly salty popcorn and Mountain Dew and watch Van Helsing with Amber. Though that sounds like a glorious night nevertheless. Though I have not drank Mountain Dew in maybe a year or two. And if I do, it'll probably be Diet Mountain Dew. But when I eat salty popcorn, I much prefer Pepsi. I know. I just think a dark soda goes so much better with salty popcorn. That's just my opinion. Rich the Savior says, John's screenplay would just be a Nightcrawler ripoff. Actually, you're very mistaken by that. You're very wrong with that. Very wrong. I have another idea for a screenplay. But yes, many of them do involve a sociopath, but one of them involves a sociopath who's also a pizza delivery driver. Imagine that movie. Mike says, my last name is pronounced Messick. Mesick or Messick? Is it Mesick or Messick? Long story. I knew a girl named Amber Messick once. But I'm going to go with Mesick. It looks like Mesick to me. Thoughts on the Furious 9 trailer? There's a rocket car. They're going into space. It's complete live action cartoon nonsense. Sort of looking forward to it. Are you a Michael Bay fan? I'm not a Michael Bay fan. I think he's made a lot of garbage recently, but he still made The Rock, which I think is a phenomenal action movie. All right, guys. Will you play the new Resident Evil game? No. The only game I play right now is Warzone. All right, guys. And Brian, once again, thank you for that question earlier. Brian TG23. What a glorious, magical, and mystical person you are, man. That was too generous of a super chat. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. So no more questions because I don't want to miss any of your questions. I'm just going to answer a few normal questions here in the chat. Rich the Savior says, imagine that a movie, laugh aloud, isn't just John as a young man, sociopath, pizza driver. Let's call the film Flick Trip. That would be the movie. It would be called Flick Trip, about a sociopathic pizza delivery driver. But it wouldn't take itself too serious. Like, no one dies. It's kind of like dark humor. It's like Clerks meets Nightcrawler meets I don't know. We'll just throw Wolf of Wall Street in there. All right, this will be the last question. Please, guys, no more questions because I don't want to miss them. Claudia Rogajon. Oh, we already answered. I just answered that. Oh, no, here it is. A sociopath who's a pizza delivery driver. That sounds autobiographical, almost like a ripoff of Taxi Driver. Well, they made Joker, which is a ripoff of Taxi Driver, but nevertheless. Yeah, it would be all those things combined. I just like those movie elements. I love them. I love narration in movies where you hear the character's internal thought process being laid out. Go poop, John. I don't have to poop. I do want to eat my cake, though. Happy birthday, Flickpick. Have a good one. Yeah. Hey, and I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, hanging out. The birthday wishes. Thank you guys so much. And thank you guys for the super chats, the very generous super chats at times. You guys are too fucking awesome. I'll keep it real with you. You guys are awesome. You guys help make things possible. And once again, Brian, you're too nice, man. I owe you a high five. And Farrah Lovely earlier, thank you as well for hanging out and being a moderator whenever you have the time. So have a good night, guys. Thanks, Josh Riviera. Thanks, Just JDD24, Farrah Lovely, Rich the Savior, Bucketeer. Thanks, YouTube members. You guys are awesome. And I'm going to wrap it up there. As always, I will see you guys. If you guys want another live stream in a few days, give the video a like. I'll see you in a couple more days. We can do another live stream a little bit earlier at night when I have a little more energy in me and maybe a little bit more birthday cake inside of me as well because I need some energy right now. I'm going to go pass out, watch some Better Call Saul on Netflix, eat my birthday cake, and cry myself to sleep. As always, guys, you guys are awesome. Stay classy. I'll see you guys next time. And once again, thank you guys for watching and just hanging out. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys next time. Night, night. Bye.